During the day, everything looks good. You're trying to eat healthy, you're trying to eat clean, everything goes well. But then evening comes and you feel starved. You feel so hungry you are ready to eat anything aside, including chips, junk food, chocolate, or anything. You feel totally out of control and you start blaming your willpower that it betrayed you again. But actually, it has nothing to do with your willpower. It means that your healthy eating isn't working for you, it's messing with your hunger, mental health, and even more. And in this video, I would like to break down the most common reasons why this healthy eating isn't working for you and what to do with it. Welcome to my channel. I am Marina. I'm a food coach, and here I talk about stress eating, overeating, food noise, and healing your relationship with food after dieting or healthy eating. If this sounds like your type of content, subscribe. Before we start discussing the exact reasons why healthy eating isn't working for you, let's discuss what it means for our body. That means you feel low in energy, you experience these mood swings, you have this crazy food noise in your head when you think about food 24/7, and actually you feel anxious about food. Instead of feeling calm and satisfied and energized after your meal, you feel anxious. And that's not how it should be. And the first reason why this happens is actually you are too restrictive. And if you have this like constant food thoughts, you think about breakfast when you go to bed, you think about lunch when you eat breakfast. Oh, I'm gonna eat anything I want because it's the time where I can eat. If your whole life revolves around food, if you're physically and mentally hungry, that's not healthy eating, right? Reason number two, you eat by the clock, not by hunger. Maybe you do intermittent fasting. Maybe you don't allow yourself to eat before 12 p.m. or maybe after 6 or 8 p.m. That's also some kind of restriction. It's not about calories or foods, but it's about eating schedule. It's still a form of dieting, a form of control, and it affects how you feel. Ideally, people should eat when they get hungry. But the problem is, the more you ignore your hunger signals and eat by clock instead of eating by hunger, the more your hunger signals go muted. All those emotional cravings and overeating, it turns off your hunger cues. But it's definitely possible to rebuild them. It was one of my problems. Some people are actually afraid of feeling hungry, but it's actually a very human feeling to feel hungry. It's a good sign for our body to have some food, okay? And reason number three, your healthy eating implies that you can eat not as much as you want, but as much as you should eat. And that means you can control calories, you can control hand size portions, you can control grams, but it's another form of control. And you don't eat to eat satisfied, you eat to feel safe. But in reality, the only mechanism gonna tell us if this portion was enough for us or not is our sense of fullness. If you regularly overeat, leave the table heavy, bloated, sad in yourself, you feel ashamed for overeating, you feel you're guilty for eating that much, that means you eat past your fullness. And actually, when those signals work really good for you, it's hard to eat past fullness. And if you think of your thin friend who can eat half croissant and left the rest on the plate, that's how it works, because it's hard to eat past your fullness when you actually feel it. And constant overeating that happens at night or in the middle of the day or on vacation or anywhere else is the sign that those fullness signals does not work for you. Reason number four, you divide foods into good and bad. For example, you can think that those foods are good because they help you lose weight, celery, carrots, apples, whatever. Or other foods are bad because they make you gain weight, like chocolate, chips, junk food. But the reality is there are no foods that are gonna make you gain weight just because they exist and you eat them. No, you gain weight because of calorie surplus. And actually, calorie surplus is a sign that you overeat for physical or emotional, psychological reasons. If you go on another diet, try to cancel chocolate, croissants once again, you can actually lose some weight. But when you go back to your old eating patterns, you're gonna regain all that weight and maybe even more. And here we need to talk about reason number five. If you allow yourself to eat anything you want, you're gonna lose control. And of course, on junk food, sweets, pastries, and all that bad foods. The reason why you think you're gonna eat plenty of those foods is you put them on pedestal. You think they are special because they are forbidden. They are restricted for you. And let's look at the people who naturally have healthy relationship with food. Do they eat chocolate all the time? No, I don't think so. They actually have a very balanced diet because they eat what genuinely sounds good to them. They eat what is tasty, and meat can be tasty, oils, seeds, berries, sweets, anything. They eat whatever they want and they listen to their bodies. And the reason why you feel so obsessed and maybe even addicted to certain foods, maybe chocolate, chips, ice cream, anything, because you put them on pedestal. You restricted them for so long and you think you're gonna lose control around them. It's a really interesting exercise. It's called legalization, when you try to allow yourself to eat any foods you want that have been restricted for years. For me, it was chocolate. There are certain rules how to do this properly. It does not necessarily mean that you're gonna eat chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because you will understand that firstly, you don't like this type of chocolate, and even if you eat a lot of it, you're gonna feel really healthy and gonna be mindful about how much you eat. Okay, the last reason why your healthy eating isn't actually working for you is because you think too much about what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, instead of thinking what your body needs. In today's world, we have a lot of information about foods, a lot of contradictory information around food. Here we hear about seed oils, here we hear about sugar, lactose, gluten, and the advice actually to start listening what your body needs right now. This is like the best source of information for you to think, okay, what my body needs right now. Of course, this attunement takes time to build or to rebuild, but it is the best compass out there. If you think at that particular moment that, okay, if I'm going to listen to my body, I'm going to be eating chips for all 3 meals. That means that your signals from your body aren't working good enough right now to make these decisions. It's totally feasible to rebuild your relationship with food, to gain your hunger, satiety, fullness signals back, to feel actually calm around food, feel energized after your meal, and actually spending a lot of time thinking about food. It's a very exhausting way of living. I was in that trap myself, but it is possible to find a way out of that. It's possible to feel really energized, really calm, and really satisfied with food instead of dedicating hours of thoughts every single day to food. It does not deserve it. There are better pleasures out there so we can enjoy our life instead of obsessing about calories, about ingredients. This is actually the real magic pill out there. Healthy eating which is not restricted, varied, satisfying for you and works for you and for your body. If you want my help with this, I would be glad to help you. I will put some of the links in the description of this video with some of the sources. Some of them are free to help you rebuild your relationship with food, to gain this food freedom back and stop obsessing over food and get your life back. See you in the next video. Bye bye.